So I started teaching piano back when my husband was in graduate school back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and my friend had students, and her husband graduated and they were leaving. She said, "Do you want my piano students?" And I said, "Oh no, I couldn't do that." She said, "Why not? You have a degree in elementary education and you play, so what's the problem?" So I took her students and I got a free piano out of the penny saver, got it tuned, and we started. And over 30 years later, here we are, and I'm a much better teacher now than I ever was then. But I love what I'm doing right now. Over all those years that I've taught, Piano Marvel has brought excitement back to the business. For a while, I didn't enjoy teaching as much as I do now because it was the same old, kids come, they don't practice, you have to, put on your cheerleading outfit and get them going. But, with Piano Marvel, they practice correctly. So they can't, when they come back, they have done it right. So you're not just repeating the same song over the time. Piano Marvel lends itself to doing fun things, and you can, like in a group setting, it's very easy to do Piano Marvel because the kids can work independently while you're working with somebody else, and everybody's making progress even though you're not giving 100% to every person at the same time. So it works very well in a group situation. I will say that I got thrown into a group situation because my HOA shut me down, said I couldn't work out of my home. So I instantly, we hit COVID and we did everything on Zoom, and then after that I had to go to classes because I didn't want to live at the music store to do 50 students. So we are up to 4 students in a class, and parents were unsure whether they wanted a class situation, but now they fight for a class situation. If they're in a single lesson situation, they're waiting for spots to open up in those classes so that their child can be part of the class, because a lot of fun things happen in the class when the kids are together and we're playing games and that kind of a thing.
Okay, you have to name the note when you place your card, right? Okay, G.
C.
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 D.
C.
How do you think that parents, is it just word of mouth? How do they find out about how fun it is in the class situation if they're just doing one-on-one with you?
Yeah, I am, as far as I know, the only person using Piano Marvel in my area, so it's totally been by word of mouth that I've grown my studio, and parents just refer me, or kids are playing with other kids and they see what they're doing for piano lessons versus what they're doing for piano lessons, and Piano Marvel looks more fun, right? It's on the computer, it looks like a game almost. So I have gotten a lot of referrals by parents. And one thing that I have done to also increase my business is any family that brings me a new student, after that student starts and has made their first payment, then they get a free month. So also it's a big advantage for them to refer me. I will say also that before I ever take a new student and before I ever really explain what I do, I say I would love to give you a demo lesson because I don't do traditional piano. So they're intrigued by that, so they come, and after the demo they are just sold. I mean, 99% start on Piano Marvel. If I try to explain it over the phone, it's overwhelming and they find somebody else. So I've learned not to try to explain it. They need to see it in action, and then they just think it's like magic. And it is. It is magic. Yeah. For the student, it's a whole different way to learn and to practice. It's easier on the parents because they don't have to monitor in the same way. Piano Marvel is that little, piano policeman on your shoulder, and the parents aren't calling from the kitchen, that doesn't sound right, or are you really practicing your songs? It just works better. I think it probably takes a lot of tension out of the home. And the parents can see if they've been practicing on the reports and what they've been practicing. Students stay. And I have more boys than girls, which has never happened ever when I taught out of books. There's something about Piano Marvel that keeps you intrigued, keeps you there. It's the climbing the trophy case, beating your score, those little gaming factors that appeal to boys but appeal to everybody, really. I keep bells on every piano, and when they get 100, they get to ring their bell, and that is a little thing, but it's a big thing. Most of my students have bells at home because of it, and I ring my bell at home. Even when I'm all by myself, and my husband just shakes his head because he's like, really? And I said, absolutely, it makes me feel good. So just little things like that make a big difference, and it makes it fun, and it makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a Piano Marvel fan.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm here for a long time.
Well, I can tell your students are fans of you, and like Piano Marvel does a lot of the work, but even one of your students actually said it, that it's like the magic recipe is having Mrs. White and Piano Marvel.
You just got to find the right teacher, really. You got to find a good teacher who's supportive, helps you, and Piano Marvel is really good, and I think you should use it. It's a good idea.
You can use Piano Marvel incorrectly and it won't work that well for you, but you can use it as a tool and use all of your other tools available and make it a really fun experience like you do, and that's where the magic happens, I think. So it's not just Piano Marvel, it's you.
Well, piano has become fun again, and that makes it fun for me. When I first got introduced to Piano Marvel by another teacher, by Nina Black, who was big into Piano Marvel, I was a little overwhelmed, and I thought, can I learn the technical part of that? Because I'm kind of old. I'm not all that technical. So I used it for myself for a few months, and then I decided that I was just going to leap of faith, ask my students to please get those digital pianos or keyboards. And it took over a year for everybody to get on board with that instrument, a new instrument. Those that had to have, a purchase made. But after we got all on board and everybody was there, I don't even take a student that won't do Piano Marvel, that won't invest in the kind of instrument that they will need, because it's just what I do now. Yeah. I do try to group my kids by age and ability so that they're comfortable in class, and when they're playing games, they're not intimidated by either level or age. And I've been able to do that for the most part, give or take a few years.
What changes have you seen in your students? Like maybe things that are easier for them or that go faster? Like what kinds of those things have you seen?
They definitely go faster. And I think because I leave it up to them, I don't ever say, I want you to do these 3 in method and these 3 in technique this week. I just say go, go, go. And of course I have students that will take that and fly. And then I have those that will go at a slower pace. And that's everybody's personality and what they want to do with it. But that's totally fine either way, and it's up to them. But I'm encouraging all the way along and making a big deal out of those that are flying. Because obviously piano lessons are a lot more fun when you see yourself progressing and you're moving your face on that chart and you're earning this, that, and the other, and you're making the progress and you're playing real songs.
Awesome. Was there anything else that you want to say to piano teachers who might be kind of on the fence about using it or anything like that?
I would say if I can do it, you can do it, because I'm over 60 years old, and it was intimidating at the beginning, but I can set it up like the best of them now, and I know how to troubleshoot, and it is so worth it. So just jump on board. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but not bad. And Piano Marvel's right there to help you. I mean, you have all of your teacher training that you do, and that was huge to me to help me get going. And then once you're a believer, it's contagious. So your kids and your parents will be right in line with you, and they're going to just see how great it is. So just do it. Take the plunge.